There's a really weird thing that's happened in our marriage of 30 years now, and that is we've managed to turn our fights into real opportunities to grow. And we've done this without therapy. So how do you turn your fights into opportunities to grow and learn without therapy? If you want to know this, this is for you, excuse me. And I want to take you back to like the first and second decade of our marriage. I didn't have the communication skills that I have now. I didn't understand about relationships. I didn't understand about masculine and feminine. I certainly didn't know anything to do with masculine and feminine energies, that it was even a thing, right? I also didn't understand about the differences between men and women and our primal needs. All very different things. And so looking back, we would fight like cat and dog and loop. Do you know what I mean? We'd go round and round in circles, looping over the same thing over and over again. Do you ever feel like you're a broken record? You sound like one. You're saying the same frigging thing over and over again. It doesn't seem to get into his thick head. And you're going, what is wrong with you? Right? Are you stupid? I have said this a million times. I am actually telling you again. I am coaching you through what you need to do for me. What I'm saying to you is that these fights would loop and loop and loop, and they'd get longer and longer and bigger and more frequent, and nobody would learn anything. We would get more disconnected, we'd get more exhausted, we'd end up making up and then back into this, wondering when the next fight was, right? We actually went to therapy for this as well. Let me tell you about that. We went to therapy for these fights, and it was, I think, in our 12th year of marriage, something like that. And honestly, for us, it was an absolute waste of time, because all we did was talk about our fights. We didn't actually talk about why we were fighting. We didn't actually talk about how to solve the problem. All we did was talk about the problem. And in a way, oh, well, she said it was you were wrong, and she said you were wrong, and it's just like having a third person in the fight. I'm not saying this for every therapy. I'm not. All I'm saying is for us, that's what happened. And it was kind of irritating and frustrating, because we'd both end up fighting after the therapy, right? Because we're trying to justify who said what and who was right. Here's what we did differently. And I will be honest, we still fight. But the difference is the fight feels different. It's more of a discussion. It's more of a place of curiosity. Because what shifted for us, and this is what I want to gift you guys, I really want this for you. When we stopped thinking we were both on a separate team, and we started to believe we were on the same team, the team of us, and we also started to believe that I'm completely different individual and he's a completely different individual. And of course, we're going to have differences of opinion. But can we come to a place of us where nobody has to be right? Because when you are fighting to be right, you're making the other person wrong. And they're going to get defensive. It's human nature. Whereas now we come from a place of how can we win? Does it matter if we're right or wrong? What matters is this right for the team? The team needs to win. And so now how we have reframed our fights is we come from a place of curiosity. We honor each other, and we have honored that when we speak, we are listening to learn, not to speak. So when the person is speaking, the other person is not waiting to get their defense in. What we're actually doing is going, okay, what does he mean by this? What is upsetting him? Gosh, if he's feeling that, that must be awfully, like if I felt that, I would feel really bad. And I'm so sorry that he feels that. And also I get really curious. Wow, I didn't know that about you. I've known this man 56 years and I didn't know that. Wow, the depth of you. And I know what you're thinking, many of you. Well, what if you're in the middle of a fight and he's really been an asshole? I have to take a moment and take a breath and come back to us. What do I want? I want us. What do I want? Do I want to be angry and feel this anger and frustration in my body? Hell no. Is this helping him or me to feel this? Hell no. So what do I need to do? I need to take care of me. How do I do that? Take a breath. I acknowledge this feeling right now, and I allow myself to feel it for a moment and then release it. This has taken years of practice. I do tapping, I do all sorts of different energy healing processes that I take many of the people in my community, the Ladies Go First community or the Men Only community, if you want to know more, click the link below, on how to do this consistently, because it takes consistent daily practice. This is not a one-time fix-it-all, come to Jesus moment, although it can be. Because once you decide, you're actually working for us, not fighting for us. The us being the marriage, the us being the relationship. You start to then wonder why he's upset. You start to then wonder, gosh, I'm so sorry you feel that. I didn't know. And this is what I'm feeling when that happens. And he comes back with compassion because I came with compassion. I'm a match then for compassion. But compassion is unconditional, and it can only be unconditional in order for it to be compassion. You can't expect anything back. That's the purest form. So it's not just about what you say, it's how you say, it's the tonality, it's the feeling behind it, it's the intention behind it. And so this is how we have turned our fights into the most beautiful opportunity for us to grow. I have learned so much about this man through flicking the switch, through stop fighting against him, because he's not on the other team. I chose. Can we get back to that? The fundamentals of why you chose us, because in choosing us, you then grow for us. And the fights don't become fights anymore. They become opportunities for you to learn about yourself and him. Why am I being triggered by this right now? Why is he triggering me right now? What is it that he's saying that's triggering me? Thank you for the trigger, by the way, because this is showing me where I really need to work. And I promise you, the same stuff will keep coming up. And it's not that you haven't done the work, but it's going deeper and coming up from a deeper place. That's where the fun is, right? Because now when we have conversations, I can say, oh, that's because of that trigger. I can see that now. I'm sorry about that. And because we've had a discussion about it, he can say, it's okay. Well done for figuring it out. Amazing awareness. And vice versa. He had a trigger this morning. And he had time to process it. And he came up and he said, oh, it felt like a claw in my back. And it's out now and I feel better. And I was able to go, no, what the hell are you talking about? And I could have told you that. Of course I could. I've seen it for a long time. It wasn't mine to tell. It was his to discover. So instead, what I did was, wow, babe, that is some deep fucking shit work you've just done there. I'm so proud of you. That was deep ancestral wounds you just healed there. For you, for the next generation, and all the generations before you. I'm proud of you as my man. That takes courage. Thank you for being that man. And that is how you turn your fights into opportunities to grow. And I kid you not, your relationship will be so deep, will be so beautiful. There will be fewer moments where you have to defend yourself and he has to defend himself, because nobody's fighting, nobody's at war. Everybody's claiming peace. If you found this video useful, please subscribe so you get notifications of the next ones and the next ones, and keep going with the next ones. And also share. I am pretty sure that in your friend circle, you're likely to be going through the same things. My mission here is to halve the divorce rate, not because I don't believe in divorce, but because I believe half of the divorces could be saved with these tools and strategies. And therefore, the next generation are saved of absent fathers, absent mothers, whole family units, And so they get to have role model to them what is a healthy relationship, so they don't have to learn in the contrast my kids had to. Do this for you, do this for them, do this for the next generation, so we raise love consciousness on this planet. Please subscribe, please share.